League play, you know, the numbers speak for themselves. But for me, all 16 SEC teams have performed tremendously in this non-conference. All 16 teams. All 16 teams have double-digit wins, and we have 3 teams that are the only 3 teams in America that are undefeated still, and that's Oklahoma and Florida and Tennessee. Just never seen anything like it. So therefore, as we head into this start of conference play, it's going to be a battle of attrition in so many ways. It's not about just being humble, hungry, and healthy. I was wrong about that. There's going to be so much losing that there'll be enough humility that nobody's going to have to worry about being humble. I think healthy still is a factor. The league is so physical, so athletic, that there are going to be more injuries than we had in the non-conference. That's something I'm predicting and I'm wanting. It's just that the reality is that benches are going to become even more valuable. So healthy, I think, still. And I think hunger is probably not a factor either. So I was wrong 2 out of the 3. Because I think everybody's hungry. A team like Missouri is hungry. Missouri, is looking for their first conference win in a while. I want to tell you what, Dennis Gates' teams last year, in all my years of coaching, I have never seen a team that struggled to win in conference that played as hard and as well and as together as Dennis Gates' Missouri team did a year ago. They didn't quit. They played for 40 minutes. They played the right way, in spite of not having success. And to me, that's the mark of a great coach and a great program. So I tell you right now, they're coming in here hungry. And they should have a level of confidence. They beat Kansas when they were number 1. They beat a really good Cal team. They were lost to Illinois by 3, who beat Oregon by 30 last night. They lost their first game at Memphis, close. It's a good team, way better revamped roster, and they go to the foul line. They've shot let's just put it this way. They do a great job of drawing fouls, and they do a great job of driving to the basket and attacking closeouts. And so we've got to continue to do. One of the things that we've done better this year than we've done before is we are defending aggressively without fouling. There's a noticeable difference in us not bailing out our opponent and putting them on the line. That's going to be it's going to be challenged tomorrow because of how well Missouri shoots it from 2. They shoot 61% from 2. It's 9th in the country. They're ranking field goal percentage. They're 10th in scoring at 88 points a game. They make 8.5 threes at 36% from 3. And yet they're better from 2 and 3 than they are from 3, and they make 8.5 threes at 36%. So it's a really good offensive team, and then defensively, they just turn you over like crazy. They lead our league in steal percentage. They average over 10.5 steals a game, which by far leads our league. They turn people over 17 times. They create a lot of offense from their defense.
Stoltz, Ferg, and then Peter.
Bruce, when you first got here, the SEC wasn't as loaded as it is now. It was very far from a basketball conference. What do you think the catalyst was within the conference to get this going?
I'll start with Mike Slive. He challenged his athletic directors back before I got to Tennessee. When I was at Tennessee, when I first got to Tennessee in 2005, it was Billy Donovan in Florida, it was Kentucky, and maybe a couple of other schools, but it was almost like Duke and North Carolina and ACC and nobody else. And we were able to bring Tennessee up to a competitive level for 6 years. And Mike Slive really challenged his athletic directors, go, look, this is an everything conference. We're doing it in everything else. It just means more. The establishment of the SEC network on his watch, all those things. But then I think it was a real commitment by the conference office and the athletic directors in this league to go out and get the best coaches they could find, really commit to them, upgrade the facilities, do a better job with the game, in-game experiences for our fans. Part of it's the quality of the basketball, the quality of the recruits. In the last 5 years, nobody sent more guys to the NBA than the SEC. Fans want to see great players, and that's what they're seeing with SEC basketball. Our fans are turning out. Last year we did not play. With the exception of maybe at Vanderbilt, I don't even know that we played a game that wasn't sold out. And so, Greg Sankey, Garth Glissman are now in leadership there, and those men are committed. Our supervisor official, Mike Eads, who's was a Final Four official, and has got great respect in the world of officiating. So when you have a top-notch supervisor officials, you have a guy like Garth Glissman who comes in from the NBA with a wealth of knowledge about game operations and provide great advice and counsel, on top of different things. The league office has always been staffed with really top-notch people in their fields. William King is incredible. He's the best at what he does on the legal side of things, and keeping Commissioner Sankey in front of everything involving NIL, all the rule changes. I mean, the SEC is the best conference in America for a reason, and basketball has just finally caught up.
Bruce, you were talking about Missouri, they're fifth in the country in force and steals per game. You guys lead the nation offensively in turnover percentage. Just what do you think the key has been for that y'all have been so good in that area, and how much is a team like Missouri going to challenge that with the way they like to defend?
They'll challenge it. They're going to turn us over. They're going to press up on the ball. They're going to make our catches difficult. They're going to, guard. They're going to guard. They're going to play 10 guys double-digit minutes. They score 41 off their bench, so we're not going to wear them out. So they play hard. They're fresh and furious all game long. And so, our ability to try to take care of the ball will be really, really important, and it'll affect our play calling.
You mentioned the importance of the bench in SEC play. At this point of the season, are kind of the rotations already set, or are there still minutes to be had for some of the guys like Chakai, JP, Jaheim, and other guys like that?
There's absolutely, first of all, there's potential for all the guys coming off the bench to be able to play more, and to continue to grow and play better. Right now, the guys that are coming off our bench, with the exception of Chaney, have been here 1 year. Chaney's been here 2 years, Todd 1 year, Chakai 1 year, Turtle 1 year, JP 1 year. I guess Chris Moore would be an exception to that rule also. So, and so the room for improvement on our team has a lot to do with our bench. I think those guys have a chance to get better and help us more and more. So while I try very much to be consistent with our minutes and reward the guys and not have I don't have knee-jerk reactions to starters or to too many trends. There is opportunity for the guys on the bench to be able to play and contribute more.
Bruce, obviously, non-con play for you guys, great resume, and it was pretty much everything you would have wanted from that. How helpful, though, is it to have seen so many different styles of teams now that you're getting into the SEC, both offensively and defensively? I mean, you guys play teams from all over the country and good teams that do a lot of different things.
Yeah, I just think the SEC is going to look more like Houston and Iowa State than anybody we played. And those were two of the closest games that we've had. And Duke. Those three teams, Duke, Iowa State, and Houston. Now, those three teams are in the top 10 in the country. But that's what our league's going to look like. I said before the Purdue game, in my pregame talk, I said, guys, there are at least 7, maybe 8 teams in our league as good or better than Purdue, and it was no knock on Purdue at all. I just wanted them to understand what they're going to get. I was wrong. There could be 10 or 12 teams And like I said, all 16 teams in our league have double-digit wins and have marquee wins. So it's going to be, it's going to be a battle of attrition. It's going to be a battle of, what team can handle adversity and who can handle losing. So.
Bruce talked a little bit about Missouri's depth, but they have 7 players averaging 8 or more points a game. Just there's not like one player really to key on. Just talk about the difficulties that come with that.
Yeah, I would say that Missouri is one of the toughest matchup preps because of their depth, because of the multiplicity of their defenses, because of how effective they are offensively. I would say that having an extra day prep for Missouri has been good, and I think for Missouri it's been good for them because I think we're not an easy preparation because of our depth and how we play as well.
Mizzou also second in the country getting to the foul line. I know that's something they always harp on with defense, defend without fouling, defend without fouling. You guys have been good at that this season, but what does Mizzou do to really get to the line as often as they do?
Well, they're driving downhill, they initiate contact, they try to get it closer, they create a lot of contact. And, you just have to referee the defense, and we're gonna do everything we can to defend them as well as we can, and we're gonna work really hard to not foul them.
Jeff? No, Nathan?
I know.
You good? Okay.